Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Notes from the Sewing Room. My name's Becky. Today's video is all about what I've been making in March so far, and it's quite a big project, so it's taken up a fair amount of time, so I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. Well, first of all, I just want to say I hope you're all okay and taking care of yourselves in this difficult and uncertain time that we find ourselves in with this coronavirus that's out there at the moment. I'm not going to say any more about the virus because I'm sure, you know, much the same as me, you're probably tired of hearing about it on the news and whatnot. It's obviously a really serious issue, so I want to just concentrate on the happy things, which for me at the moment is showing you what I've been making. But I hope that you're okay and you've managed to find a little bit of sanctuary at home in you know, whatever you like to do if you're self-isolating or self-distancing like I am at home. I'm likely to be at home for the next 12 weeks or so. I'm working at home, so I fall into the vulnerable category, so you know, I'm just making the best of it. So yeah, but I hope you're doing okay anyway. So what have I been making? So I am taking part in the So Fearless challenge, which is something that has been organised for a number of online vloggers like myself to take part in, and it's been organised, I've got a little note for myself here so I don't forget the names of people that have organised it. So it's been organised by Megan of Megan.Handmade. She's on both YouTube and on Instagram, and also Akram's Ideas, so she's also on Instagram and on YouTube as well. So they came up with this idea to basically have a number of people take part in a sewing challenge that makes you concentrate on something that you maybe have been putting off making otherwise. For me, I thought this is a fantastic challenge. If you do subscribe to my channel, thanks very much, and you may have seen a few videos ago, I did actually make a coat project which was fantastic and I really enjoyed making it. I made the Tilly and the Buttons Eden coat, but because of that, and it was quite a big project and quite you know, something that took me quite a long time, I decided, oh, do you know what, I'm not going to make another big project for a while. But then this sewing challenge popped up and I thought, do you know what, yes I will. I am going to concentrate on doing something that's a little bit more intricate and takes me a little bit more time. And do you know, I'm so pleased that I've taken part because I've actually really enjoyed it, and it's made me think that sometimes bigger projects are something that I probably enjoy more than making, you know, smaller projects like jersey tops and different things like that I would often make. So I decided to make the Sew Over It Dahlia coat. So I'll put some pictures up of you know, the pictures from the Sew Over It pattern so you can see what I'm talking about. So the Sew Over It Dahlia coat is a fairly straightforward coat pattern, as in it doesn't have any zips, it doesn't have any buttons or anything like that. You can choose to put poppers on there if you want to, but I decided to go for the straightforward waist tie, which is actually included on all versions if you like. So let me talk you through what I've actually done. So here is my project. I should put up some video footage also of me wearing the coat so you can see me actually in it. But I've actually managed to use up some of my fabric stash using or making this project, which I'm delighted about because my husband's always saying to me, oh, you've got all that fabric in the cupboard, you don't need to buy any more. So I can actually now say I've used a large proportion of what I had in the cupboard because wool of course takes up quite a large space, and I've got the lining fabric as well. So let me tell you about the fabric first. So if I just hold that up to the screen, you should be able to see it. So it's a kind of wool mix type fabric, I'd say. It's got white lines running across it, and it's also got this kind of black deep coloured background. So it's a lovely quality fabric. It was actually really cheap and you know, inexpensive. I picked it up from Birmingham Rag Market during the Sew Brum meetup last year, and I've just been waiting for that perfect project really, and I just felt like this was the project that I needed to make. I got about 3 meters of the fabric, and I've got probably about half a meter left. but it was fairly wide, so depending on the width of your fabric would depend on how much you actually needed for this project, but I'll leave that to you if you're thinking of making it. And then in terms of the lining that I used, if I just turn this over, I've used this beautiful silky lining. So for me, this was the So Fearless part. Apart from making the coat and it being quite a large project, like I said, it's also working with silky fabrics. I often get put off by using this kind of thing because I think it's a little bit scary, and I kind of think, oh, do you know, I could just do something that's more in my comfort zone. But actually, again, I'm pleased that I put the two fabrics together because I think they work really well. So if I just hold this up, so it's actually a kind of sateen type lining that I've used, and it's white and it's got this beautiful kind of movement to it, and it's got these black spots on as well. I am a big fan of spotty fabric, so that's right up my street, and I think it works really well together. So if I just hold this up here, you can see the lining a little bit more. So let me talk you through the details on the coat. The coat has got long sleeves, as you can see here, and it's lined all the way through, so it's lined through the sleeves and all the way through the jacket as well. I decided to bag out my jacket, so if you don't know what I mean by that, there's lots of videos online and you know, blogs about bagging out jackets. So in the instructions, I think it tells you to actually turn through the jacket from the bottom and then hand stitch, but I thought, do you know what, I don't really want to do that. I don't really enjoy hand stitching. I wanted to try and do as much of this project on the machine as I possibly could do. So instead I decided to turn my jacket through the inner sleeve instead. So basically I left a gap in one of the sleeves inside, and then actually turned it through from there, and then afterwards went back and stitched up that part of the arm, and then finished off the cuffs afterwards using a method that was actually in the Tilly and the Buttons Eden instructions. So I'd recommend you check those out if you are thinking of making a jacket like this and wanted to follow a similar process. I won't go through all of the steps of what I did because some people might not be that interested and they might not actually be making a jacket themselves, but that's what I did there. So it's a beautiful jacket and I'm really looking forward to making it. Of course at the moment I can't really go very far, but when I can go out and I can go somewhere nice, I am looking forward to wearing this jacket out because I think it's just going to go with so many things. It's going to go with what I wear for work, it's going to go for what I can wear at the weekend and everything. I particularly like the belt detail that's on it. So there's two belt loops that are sewed onto each side, and then there's this belt that runs through as well. I'll just pop it on so you can see it, but I will put some other footage up as well so you can actually see me in the jacket. I also forgot to say that I have actually put one of my Made by Becky labels in there as well. You probably can't see that too well on the camera there, but I was a little bit annoyed at myself because I put this label onto the lining before, of course, I sewed it kind of together with the wool, and it now looks a little bit lopsided, but I've actually sewn all the way around the label, so it's just one of those things that I'm going to have to live with. And I also forgot, because it's not actually in the instructions and it's something that I thought about and then completely went out of my head, I wanted to put a kind of loop so I can hang it up on coat pegs and whatnot, and I completely forgot, so never mind about that. I'll have to try and remember for next time. So let me just slip this on so you can actually see it. Like I say, I'm really pleased with it. It's a lovely coat, so you can see the lining a little bit more there. And it's got lovely long arms. It's one of the things I often struggle with because I'm quite tall, is the length of arms on jackets, but I think that actually works quite well. So I'll just stand up briefly so you can just see it and I'll move back. So if you can see, so you can cross over whichever side you want, I suppose, and then you can tie up the jacket as well. So if I just move a little bit closer, you'll be able to see. So I like how it kind of clinches you in at the waist a little bit. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. In terms of the size that I made, I actually made, I think it was a size 12 at the top. And then I ran down towards a 14 at the bottom, just because I wanted to make sure that I've got plenty of room in the jacket in case I wanted to wear a thick jumper underneath, or maybe a couple of jumpers if, you know, the weather's not that warm. So yeah, I'm really pleased with what worked out really. So did I make any other changes to the pattern? Yes, I did. So as I already said, I decided to follow a slightly different process for actually turning through the jacket. But I also, the jacket is supposed to have welt pockets on the front of the jacket. But I decided that actually I prefer a side pocket. So I used exactly the same pattern piece and actually inserted that into the side seam instead. So I've now got these side pockets instead, which you'd obviously put your hands in at the front rather than, I say at the front, at the side seams, rather than actually putting your hands in the front for the welt pockets instead. I must try welt pockets another time, but this time I've actually decided to leave that skill untouched, but I will definitely come on to it at some point. So but I'm absolutely delighted with the way this has turned out. One other change I did make actually that I forgot to say was I lengthened the pattern by about 3 inches, and I wish that I'd lengthened it a little bit more. Like I say, I am quite tall, I'm 5'10", and I wish that I'd probably lengthened it by say 5 inches instead, just so that I've got that little bit of extra length. It does come down over my bottom, but I just prefer that it was slightly longer, but that's just me, that's my personal taste. You know, I think if you are someone that's slightly more petite than me, then perhaps you wouldn't need to lengthen it at all. But looking at the patterns of the pattern with Lisa Comfort in the pattern, I think she's fairly tall as well. It's, you know, just under waist length type of thing, so which is great. I just wanted mine to be slightly on the longer side. So but it's come together really nicely, and I also didn't have to buy the pattern because I won it on Instagram sometime last year, which was a real surprise. And do you know, it might not have been a pattern that I would have bought otherwise, but I'm pleased that I decided to print it off and give it a go, because now I've got this brand new coat that I can wear, which I think is completely wearable, and like I say, is going to go with lots of stuff. So and it's given me an opportunity to use up some of my fabric, which is fantastic. So but I hope you like what I've made here, and it has been a few weeks since I've been on the channel and had a video up there. Lots going on really, just working really hard, and I've not been feeling very well, and all kinds of different things, but yeah, so I've got this made now, and I'm going to be recording another video hopefully to share with you very soon, which is about other projects that I've been working on recently, and also plans that I've got going forward into the next few months as well, or few weeks. So yeah, but I hope you've enjoyed finding out about all of that. What I'll do is when I've edited this and I've got it on the channel, I will in the comments section put in there who else is taking part in the So Fearless challenge. I think there's been about 9 vloggers taking part in the challenge across the month. So it's been running from the 1st of March through to the 31st. So I think I'm ending the month, and my video is going to be on the channel I think the 30th of March. But numerous other people have taken part, and they've made lots of different things, including pyjamas, a blazer, someone made a bra, which was fantastic, a coat, and yeah, lots of different things. So I definitely recommend you go and check other people's channels out as well, and find out what they've been challenging themselves to sew up over the last few weeks. But I will put all those links below so that it's nice and easy for you to go and find. But to be honest, that's all I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you've enjoyed finding out about my Dahlia coat, and that you're having a good few days, whatever you're up to. And until next time, I'll leave it there and say see you soon. Bye.